Hey everybody, this is Malifer from Proudmoore, and I have thrown this video up on my YouTube channel to help you guys out. This can be very frustrating, especially if you don't map it out, which I did for a couple of hours. I ran around like an idiot expecting to get it done, and it just didn't happen. Some people have dumb luck and they get it done, but not me. I never have this kind of luck. So I took the time to map it out, which only took about 45 minutes, and I got through it with ease, no problem. Now, the first thing you need to do is determine whether or not this is your map, because there are several different maps that spawn. Not many, but there are several different ones. So hopefully this is one that's spawned for you. And the way you're going to tell that is by finding some sort of reference point you can associate to the map I have here. For example, let me explain to you what the map is. The circles represent the orb rooms, and the rectangles represent the rune rooms. And obviously the colors correspond with each other. So if you get the yellow orb, you need to bring it to the yellow rune. So to determine whether or not you have this map, I would find a reference point. So run around the maze until you find either a rune or an orb. Let's say you run into the, let's just say you run into the purple rune room. When you're in here, I want you to look around, and if you can't go north and you can't go south, but you can go east or west, then head east. If you go east, and that happens to be the red rune room, that's a bit of a tongue twister, and you can only head north, east, or west, but you can't go south, the chances are this is your map, and congratulations, you don't have to map it out. And all you have to do is just follow what I've done here, and it'll be easy peasy lemon squeezy. So if you do have this map, let me explain real quick how I did it. I did it in this color combination. I did yellow, bringing the yellow orb to the yellow rune. Then I went red, and I went to B. Now when you go to B, this brings you to almost, imagine it as a second floor, either below or above. B will then take you around to A. A will then take you around to red, bringing in the red orb, the red rune to the red orb. The next color I did after that was blue, so I ran back to A. Came through here, got the blue one, went back to A, went all the way around to blue and turned that in. Two colors left. It was green. I brought green to green. And then the last color was purple to purple. Now you notice some gray roads here that I have drawn out. And what these are like sub-roads. So for example, if you're at the purple orb room and you head west, this road is either going to go above or below this road. So you can't go, when you're in here, you can't go north or south. You can only go east or west. So it'll bring you around here, and then you eventually can go back around to get to green. Now, if you don't have this map, let me explain to you really quickly how I was able to achieve building this map. You notice there are X's, which mean don't go there, because there are some areas here that I didn't bother exploring because I figured out direct paths from point A to point B, basically. But if you are mapping this yourself, some of these areas, too, are teleportation areas. I know for a fact that this one is definitely a teleportation area, and I knew that because when I walk through, when I'm mapping these things, I always look behind me to make sure that I can... So, for example, if I walk out of the purple rune room and I head west, I always look behind me east and make sure that I could walk back through. And I do walk back through to double-check to make sure that that was a confirmed non-teleportation, because these stupid teleportation rooms will randomly put you anywhere in this maze, which is a complete nightmare, because when you start turning the runes into the, or pardon me, the orbs into the runes, the colors disappear. They're no longer there, so you can no longer use them as references. So when you get down to the last color, if you happen to run through one of these teleportation rooms, it will put you around, and you have no colors to reference by. You have no clue where you are. So, with that said, it is extremely important that you map everything out before you begin to turn in the runes. So even though you find, say you find yellow and yellow, don't turn it in right away. Just map it out, leave it there, you know where it is, and just keep working at it. You need all these colors as references as you map this thing out. For example, when I walked through here, it did teleport me to here. And what that did is it put a big blocked wall with the boulders in it, and I knew right away that had teleported me because I wasn't able to go back east again. That's why I always look behind me, and you know right away. So that's why. Mark that down. Teleportation room. Don't ever go there again. It is evil. Anyhow, there's my tutorial on how to map this thing out. You can use Illustrator, graph paper, you can use paint, whatever you like. One last thing. When I did turn in the final last color, which I believe the last one I did was purple, the easiest, nice, easy path to go. Nothing happened when I turned the last purple orb in to the purple rune, and I was sitting there in sheer horror thinking, oh my god, I've got to do this again. But it wasn't until I left the room that it teleported me out, and it put me back outside in front of an altar where the scroll was, where I read it, and then your mount becomes unlocked. Happy hunting, guys. Enjoy the mount. It's a beautiful mount, and I hope this tutorial helped you out. Thanks for listening.